Okay, so let's do this. Let's find out if these molds that I made are going to work. Are they going to blow up? They're going to melt? Are we going to get a decent product out of them? We're going to find out right now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and melt these zinc wheel weights in this little crucible with a new torch that I've come up with. Now, I've been through about 4 or 5 different torches. My issue is that these torches don't like to generally work pointed downward for some reason. I don't know. Every one that I've had so far, if I get it tilted too far down, it starts to sputter and then it goes out. Now, this particular one is actually made to point down. So we'll see if we have better luck with this. I also want to apologize for the road traffic. I've got my garage door open and I'm fairly close to a kind of a busy road, so it's going to be a little noisy. I think what I'll do is we'll go ahead and do one first and then I'll do 3 of them together. But what we got to do is get this torch cranked up and start melting some zinc wheel weights. Now, I've got a video that I've already done on doing this, and I have sorted these already. You'll see the ZN right here. So that's a zinc, and you just want to make sure we don't get any lead mixed in. Here's my zinc. Okay, it's hard to see, it's right here underneath the FN, and that's zinc. So we'll get these melted up. It takes a little bit to get these going and get the clips off and get it cleaned out. This one doesn't say, but I see where I tested it, and I'll test it again. Yeah. Okay, so that's zinc. Alright, we'll get those melted. Now we need to process or get these prepped, and what I'll do is I'd like to put a little baby powder, talcum powder, into the mold. Now that helps the flow a little bit. All the ones that I have done this with, and it has worked really well. And just a very light coating. Okay. So we'll end up putting them together. And a couple of pieces of wood. Go ahead and clamp it. Okay, I think that'll work. Alright, so we'll cut to getting these clips off of here. So I found that doing this on a small scale, these little crucibles with this particular handle. Works pretty well. Now if I was going to pour some bigger piece, you might switch to an actual either electric or propane furnace. But this works pretty well. Yep. Now we get around to pouring this, we'll take the temperature, but it should be right around 800 degrees. Get my thermometer out. Well, so far this particular torch seems to be working pretty well. I don't have any sputters or anything. Alright, so it takes a while for the heat to get all the way down to the bottom. So we just keep stirring it, distributing that heat around. I'm getting real close. And we skimming off the dross as well. Okay, we're down to the bottom. So we'll go ahead and take this temperature. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's 800 minimum. Well, not quite. We're about 750, and that is right at the melting point, so we're not getting really overheated, that's for sure. Okay. One more skim, and we'll go ahead and pour this first one. Here we go. It didn't seem like we had a whole lot went down in there, but I think it did. It's just a small coin. So when this freezes up, now what I like to do as soon as it freezes up is to go ahead and pop it out, because I don't want that mold to get superheated. It takes a long time for this to cool down, so as soon as you can get it out of the mold, the better. The mold will last longer that way. And what you'll notice is on the surface, you'll start to see a kind of a frosty look, and the crystals will start to grow, and the very top will dip down and shrink a little bit, and that's normal. Here it goes. You see the crystals starting to form, a little bit of shrinkage going on. And we call that freezing. Okay, let's get her out. Okay, well, the pirate side came out pretty much as expected. Now that, taking into consideration, this was a cold mold. Now my advertising side did not come out as good as I had hoped, but that's fine. Now while this thing is still hot, we do want to clip off the sprue. These other little pieces will come off easily. Okay, so our air channel did function. Like I said, these are always easier to trim off while it's still hot. Okay, that's one. Alright, so while we're getting that to heat up again, we'll go ahead and prep all three of these. And we'll go ahead and pour all three at the same time. Alright, so you can see there's hardly any wear on that first pour. We'll just need to clean her up a little bit. Alright, so we'll take a stiff brush and clean off the burnt powder. And now this mold is warm. Yeah, the lettering detail I put in there just wasn't crisp and deep enough, but it was a good first try. It'll still work. Yeah, I hope this one comes out. The detail is not real deep on this one either. We'll see. Alright, so we'll put them together. We'll stack them up. See how we're doing down here. Okay, we're down to the bottom. A little final scrape. Whoop. And we'll go ahead and pour it. Okay, we'll let that freeze up and see how that went. Okay, it looks to have froze up nicely. Get these guys out of here. Okay, that one looks pretty good. You can kind of see the sun pattern on that. I think a lesson learned here is that the whatever pattern you're using, it needs to be profound and deep in order for it to show up well. And that pirate coin side looks pretty good, certainly recognizable. Like I said, the air channel appears to be doing its job. I don't see any bubbles in there. Looks decent. And this is the double-sided one. And it looks pretty decent as well. I think when these get polished up and cleaned up, they're going to look even better than they do now. Let's get that sprue off of here. Hmm. Yeah, the more you let it cool down, the harder it is to cut off. But, yeah. That's why I said when I made the sprue to make it as small as possible. Alright. Here it is. Alright, so we'll work on cleaning these up and we'll be done. Alright, so you see, like I said, that 800 degree or 750 degree zinc, melted zinc, did not do any visible damage that I can see to these. Not yet anyway. That's why as soon as they freeze up, you need to get the metal out. If you let it sit in there and cook, looks like it will. Now the only thing I see is a little bit of darkening on there. Yeah, it's too bad that one didn't show up as good as I had liked. But there is detail in the mold. It's probably just properties of the zinc. Alright, let's clean one of these up and see how it looks. Now I've got several little points that I'm going to have to take down. It's a little knobby as it is. So to make it feel comfortable in the hand or in the pocket, we need to get those off there. Alright, when we get the rest off, we'll use this buffer here. Works pretty good. Nothing like working in the rain. As you can tell, I really want to get this done because this has been a long video. But I wanted to show every step along the way. I hope I didn't leave anything out. If you've got any questions on anything I've done, please leave a comment. Please like, subscribe. That'll help me out quite a bit. And you can check out the other videos on both of my channels, but I'll have links at the end. Okay, I think that's coming out pretty good. You get the idea. Feels okay in the hand. Get all these little sharp pieces polished up, and it's going to turn out just fine. Thanks for watching. Okay, and now for the update. Alright, so I kind of made the question about the high temp silicone being able to withstand the pouring temperature of zinc. Now I'm pouring about 750 to 800, somewhere in that range. The rating for the MoldMax 60 high temp silicone mold is 546, I believe, is what it's rated at. Now, I have made these before, and I have had varying success with the lifespan of these molds. These are not the first ones that I have made. But anyway, here is what I was able to do. I have made 22 of these coins using these 3 molds. But now they're at the point where I don't know that I can get any more out of them. The silicone on the inside is starting to disintegrate. It's very spongy. I don't know that I would waste my time trying to make another pour. So I'm going to basically consider these as kaput. Also, the sprue area, this has also gotten very spongy and melted. So yeah, they're done, but I expected, you know, not for them to last forever. Like I said, these are not the first ones that I have made. I have others that are actually still in production, or able to produce. There's, you know, burning on the inside, but it's not melted. So I believe what happened is I was getting too many consecutive pours and not letting the mold cool off in between. So I think that contributed to the disintegration of these molds. So the point is, I am not here to promote Smooth On MoldMax 60. They are not sponsoring me, although I would gladly accept any donations from them. But the point here is that to answer the question, will the MoldMax 60 hold up to the high temp pouring temperature of zinc? And the simple answer is, well, yes, but it won't last very long. You'll get, like I did, 3, 4, 5, 6 pours, and then the silicone will start to disintegrate and become useless. So just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that I was not promoting MoldMax 60 as a viable option for pouring melted zinc. Now what I was trying to do is to get coins made to give away at my craft show to customers, and in that regard I was successful in making some of these coins. Now, because these are custom, which is the way I wanted to go for the using the silicone. Now I can buy over-the-counter graphite molds, and this one here I purchased about a year ago actually, and I just now got around to using it. These things are pretty much indestructible, so I can get the other day I think I poured like I don't know, 20 of them or so, and it still looks, you know, brand new. So these are also going to be giveaways, but of course they're not custom. They are basically over the counter, but they'll do for giveaways for my customers, and I can make a whole bunch of them. Now, this particular single-sided mold, you expect to pay about $50 for. These companies, a lot of them do produce two-sided mold as well, and that's going to be a little over $100. All right, so these are pretty well suited for me. I've ordered another one or two to fill in the gaps here. I mean, I can also just use these as ingots and remelt these if I wanted to, or give them away. So in that regard, it works pretty good. So anyway, just want to let everybody know that how it went. It worked, but it didn't work forever. And I'd like to try to get a close-up to see that degradation that's going on. You notice it, especially around the eyeballs or the eye sockets there, it's all bubbled up. And let's see, and you can see the surface of this, the flat side is got some bubbles in it now, and it's spongy as it can be. So yeah, these things are done. Anyway, just want to let everybody know. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you can, and help me out. And we'll see you on the next one.